Hello, I'm Dr. David Morgan, and welcome back. As a physician who has worked with thousands of adults over the years, I've seen how small daily habits can dramatically affect our health, especially after the age of 60. Today, I'll explain what many people get wrong, what science actually says, and the simple steps you can take starting today. Let's get started. Picture this. You're walking through a grocery store. The cart is in front of you. The aisle is quiet. Nothing feels dangerous. Nothing feels unusual. And then, your foot catches the edge of a tile. Just a tiny stumble, a fraction of a second. But in that fraction of a second, your whole world could change. Here's what most people don't realize. For adults over 70, a single fall is one of the leading causes of long-term disability, loss of independence, and even early death. But here's the thing almost nobody talks about. That fall didn't start the moment your foot caught the tile. It started months, maybe years, earlier, in the way you walk. Welcome to the Senior Health Podcast. I'm so glad you're here today, because what we're going to talk about in the next 20 minutes could genuinely change how you move through the rest of your life. We're going to talk about one simple change to how you walk, something you can start today, right now, for free, that has the potential to protect your brain, your bones, your balance, and your independence. Stay with me, because what's coming up next surprises most people. Section 2. The hidden problem nobody talks about. Let's start with a question. When was the last time you actually thought about how you walk? Not where you were walking, not how far, but how. The mechanics. The motion, the way your heel hits the ground, the way your arms swing, the way your eyes look ahead. Most of us learned to walk when we were about a year old, and after that, we just do it. Automatically, without thinking, the same way we breathe. But here's what most people don't realize. Walking changes as we age, and most people don't notice the change until something goes wrong. After the age of 60, the average person's gait, that's the technical word for how you walk, begins to shift in very specific ways. Stride length shortens, meaning each step covers less ground. Walking speed slows down, sometimes by as much as 1% per year after 60. The time both feet spend on the ground at the same time increases because the body is unconsciously trying to stay more stable. And arm swing, that natural rhythmic motion, starts to reduce. Now, none of these changes feel dramatic. You might not even notice them. Your friends and family might not notice them, but your body notices. And this is where the hidden damage begins. Each of these small gait changes puts a tiny extra load on your joints, your spine, and your nervous system. It shifts how your muscles fire. It changes how your brain processes balance information. And over time, those tiny changes compound into something much bigger. But here's what makes this truly fascinating and a little unsettling. Walking isn't just a physical activity. It's a neurological one. Every time you take a step, your brain is doing something extraordinary. It's reading signals from your eyes, your inner ear, the soles of your feet, and dozens of muscles and joints throughout your body. It's calculating balance 1,000 times a second. It's making micro adjustments you never consciously think about. And when your walking pattern changes, even slightly, your brain starts to work differently too. Section 3. The surprising science of how you walk. Let me tell you something that genuinely changed how I think about walking. There's a concept called gait speed. It sounds almost too simple to matter. It's just how fast you walk, measured over a short distance, usually about 10 feet. But here's what the research shows, and this is where it gets remarkable. Gait speed has become one of the most powerful predictors of future health in older adults. We're talking about a measure that has been linked to cognitive decline, cardiovascular health, hospital readmission rates, and even survival outcomes. Health professionals sometimes call gait speed the sixth vital sign, right alongside blood pressure, heart rate, and temperature. Now, I want to be clear, walking faster doesn't magically cure disease. That's not the claim here. What the science tells us is something more nuanced and more interesting. How you walk reflects the overall health of your entire system. Your muscles, your nervous system, your cardiovascular health, your brain function. It's a window into what's happening inside your body. And it's also a lever you can pull. Because when you improve the quality of how you walk, you're not just improving your walking. You're improving the entire interconnected system that walking depends on. Let me explain what I mean by that. When you walk with proper posture, with a confident stride, with your gaze forward and your core lightly engaged, something changes in your nervous system. Your brain receives better proprioceptive signals. That's the body's sense of where it is in space. Your balance improves, your reaction time improves, your muscle coordination improves. And there's something else, something that connects walking to your brain in a way most people have never considered. Walking, especially rhythmic, mindful walking, increases blood flow to the brain. It stimulates the release of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This protein is sometimes described as fertilizer for the brain. It supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new connections. This is where things get extraordinary. Your daily walk, the one you might already be taking, maybe without thinking much about it, could be one of the most powerful brain protective activities available to you. But only if you're walking the right way. Section 4. The root cause / what's really going on. So if walking is this powerful, why do so many people over 70 experience falls, joint pain, and declining mobility? What goes wrong? The real problem starts when the natural decline in muscle mass that happens with aging, a condition called sarcopenia, begins to affect the core muscles and the hip flexors. These are the muscles that are supposed to be the engine of a healthy, stable stride. As these muscles weaken, the body starts to compensate. Without you even realizing it, your walking pattern begins to shift. Your stride shortens, your pace slows. You start to look down at the ground more often, a natural instinct to watch for hazards. Your arms swing less, and very subtly, you begin to shuffle slightly rather than lifting your feet with full clearance. Here's what most people don't realize. That slight foot shuffle, that fraction of an inch less ground clearance with every step, is the hidden cause behind millions of falls every year. Because when your foot doesn't fully clear the ground, all it takes is a slightly uneven surface, a rug edge, a small step, a crack in the pavement, and you're down. And the cruel irony is this: the fear of falling makes it worse. After an older adult has one fall, or even a near fall, research shows they often unconsciously begin to walk even more cautiously. Shorter steps, slower pace, eyes cast downward, less arm swing. And those very changes, the ones your body makes to feel safer, actually make falling more likely. It's a feedback loop, a quiet, invisible trap that millions of older adults walk into, literally every single day. But here's what I want you to hold on to, because this is the most important thing in this whole episode. This is not inevitable. Your body is not broken. It is responding to signals. And when you change the signals, your body responds. Section 5. The one change that changes everything. So what is the one simple change? Walk tall. That's it. That's the change. But before you think that sounds too simple, let me explain exactly what that means and why it works at a level that most people never understand. Walking tall is not just about posture. It's a complete recalibration of how your nervous system manages movement. Here's what walking tall actually looks like. First, your gaze goes forward and slightly up, not down at the ground, forward, to the horizon. When you look ahead, your brain shifts into a different mode. Your balance system engages differently. Your stride naturally lengthens to match your visual horizon. Second, your chin comes level, not tucked down, not jutting forward, level. This single change can relieve an enormous amount of chronic neck and upper back tension that millions of older adults carry without realizing it. Third, your chest opens. Imagine a gentle string attached to the center of your sternum, pulling it forward and slightly upward. This small shift opens your airway, allows fuller breathing, and changes the orientation of your entire spine. Fourth, your shoulders drop and gently roll back. Not forced, not military stiff, just released. Let them fall away from your ears. Fifth, you let your arms swing naturally, not exaggerated, just free, in opposition to your legs. Right arm forward with left leg, left arm forward with right leg. This cross-body coordination does something remarkable. It activates neural pathways that improve balance and stability almost instantly. And sixth, you focus on heel-to-toe motion. Your heel lands first, then you roll through the arch, then you push off from the ball of your foot and your toes. Full contact, full clearance. When you walk this way, even for just 5 minutes a day to start, you are sending an entirely different set of signals to your brain and your body starts to respond. This changes everything, not because it's magic, but because your body has been waiting for permission to function the way it was designed to. Section 6. The simple at-home test. Now I want to give you a simple at-home test. You don't need any equipment, you don't need to go anywhere. You can do this right now, wherever you are. This is called the Timed Up and Go test, or the TUG test, and it's one of the most widely used assessments in senior healthcare. Here's how you do it. Find a sturdy chair without wheels. Mark a spot on the floor exactly 10 feet away. Sit all the way back in the chair with your arms resting on your lap. When you're ready, start a timer. Stand up. Walk to the 10-foot mark. Turn around. Walk back. Sit back down. Stop the timer. Here's what the results mean. And this is where your body is trying to warn you or reassure you. Under 10 seconds, generally a good result. Your mobility and balance are in a strong range. 10 to 12 seconds, a moderate range. You have real opportunity to improve. Over 12 seconds. This suggests higher fall risk. Not a crisis, but a clear signal that this is exactly the right moment to make changes. Whatever your result is today, write it down, date it. Because in a few weeks, after applying what you're learning today, you're going to test yourself again, and you're going to see a difference. There's also a second simple test. Stand next to a wall, close enough to touch it if needed. Lift one foot off the floor. Count how long you can hold it. Most healthy adults over 70 aim for at least 10 seconds on each foot. Under 5 seconds is a meaningful signal to focus on balance work. Your body is telling you something with every step you take. Today, you're learning to listen. Section 7. The Daily Walk Tall Protocol. Now let's get practical. Because knowing is not the same as doing. The Walk Tall Protocol is built around 5 pillars. Each one is simple. Each one builds on the others. And together, they create a compounding effect that most people feel within the first 2 weeks. Pillar 1. The Morning Posture Reset. 2 minutes. Before you take your first steps of the day, do this. Stand in an open space and simply stack your body. Feet hip-width apart. Weight even on both feet. Knees soft, not locked. Hips level. Core lightly braced. Chest open. Shoulders back and down. Chin level. Eyes forward. Hold for 30 seconds. Breathe. Then walk 3 conscious steps using this alignment. That's your morning reset. Pillar 2. The Mindful Daily Walk. 10-20 minutes. Start with just 10 minutes if you're building back. Go outside if you can. Uneven natural terrain provides incredible sensory input for your balance system. During your walk, spend the first 2 minutes noticing how you're moving, then consciously apply the 6 elements. Gaze forward, chin level, chest open, shoulders relaxed, arms swinging freely, heel-to-toe contact. Check in with yourself every few minutes. Readjust, recommit. Pillar 3. Foot and ankle activation. 3-5 minutes. Each morning or evening, do these 3 things. Ankle circles. While seated, slowly rotate each ankle 5 times in each direction. Heel raises. Stand behind a sturdy chair, holding lightly for support. Rise up onto your toes slowly, then lower slowly. 10 repetitions. Toe lifts. Keep your heels on the floor and lift your toes as high as you can. Hold briefly. Lower. 10 repetitions. This activates the muscle that lifts your foot with each step, reducing shuffle at its source. Pillar 4. Hip flexor release. 2 minutes. Stand behind your chair. Step your right foot back about 2 feet. Keep your back straight. Gently shift your weight slightly forward until you feel a mild stretch at the front of your right hip. Hold 20 seconds. Switch sides. Do this every day. The change in your stride length over the following weeks will likely surprise you. Pillar 5. Nutrition and hydration support. Muscle loss in older adults is dramatically accelerated by insufficient protein. Aim to include a quality protein source at every meal. Eggs, fish, chicken, legumes, Greek yogurt. And stay hydrated. Mild dehydration has been shown to impair balance and coordination. Many older adults have a diminished sense of thirst. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Keep water within reach throughout the day. These 5 pillars together take about 20 minutes a day. That's less time than 1 television episode, and the return on that investment could be measured in years. Section 8. Timeline of improvement. One of the questions I hear most often is, how long before I notice a difference? The honest answer is, sooner than you might think. Days 1-7. The awareness shift. In the first week, you're not going to suddenly walk like a 40-year-old, but something important is going to happen. You're going to become aware. You'll catch yourself looking down, and you'll lift your gaze. You'll notice when your shoulders are creeping up toward your ears, and you'll drop them. You'll feel the difference between shuffling and lifting your feet. And awareness is the first step of every physical transformation. Many people also notice within the first few days that they're breathing better during their walks, because the open chest position allows fuller lung expansion. Weeks 2-4, the body begins to respond. By the end of the first month, you should start to notice meaningful changes. Your stride will feel more confident. The foot and ankle exercises will begin to activate muscles that may have been underused for years. Balance typically begins to improve meaningfully in this time frame. Many people report feeling more stable on uneven ground, stairs, and curbs. Go back and repeat the tug test at the end of week 4. Most people see an improvement. Months 2-4, the compounding effect. By months 2-4, if you've been consistent, walking feels easier, more natural, less effortful. Your hip flexors will have lengthened, allowing your stride to open up. Your foot clearance will have improved. Many people also notice improvements in energy levels, sleep quality, and mood during this phase. Better movement improves circulation. It supports better sleep. And the increase in BDNF from regular, quality walking can have a measurable positive effect on mood and mental clarity. Beyond 6 months, a new normal. Walk tall posture begins to feel natural, not effortful, not performed. Just how you move. People around you begin to notice, often without being able to say exactly why. You carry yourself differently. There is an ease and an uprightness in your movement that communicates health and vitality. And the most important outcome, you remain independent. You remain mobile. You remain yourself. That's not a small thing. That's everything. Section 9. Warnings and when to see your doctor. Before we reach our closing, I want to take a moment to be completely honest with you. Everything I've shared today is educational in nature. It's intended to inform and inspire, not to replace the guidance of a qualified healthcare professional. Please speak with your doctor if you notice sudden changes in your gait that happened quickly rather than gradually. A rapid change in how you walk can sometimes be a sign of a neurological or cardiovascular event that needs prompt attention. Please seek evaluation if you have a fall, any fall, even a minor one. Don't minimize it or feel embarrassed by it. Falls deserve medical attention and proper assessment. If you experience pain while walking that is sharp, localized, or new, that is your body asking for professional evaluation, not a signal to push through. If balance problems are accompanied by dizziness, ringing in the ears, or vision changes, please do not wait. See your doctor promptly. There are also conditions: Parkinson's disease, peripheral neuropathy, spinal stenosis, and others that significantly affect gait and require specific medical management. The protocol we discussed today can be a wonderful complement to medical treatment for many of these conditions, but it is not a substitute. Your body is not asking you to be your own doctor. It's asking you to be your own advocate. Know the difference between what you can work on yourself and what deserves professional eyes. If you're unsure, a physical therapist who specializes in geriatric care is one of the most valuable professionals you can partner with. A single evaluation session can give you a personalized, precise assessment of your gait, your balance, and your fall risk. Section 10. Strong ending. We've covered a lot of ground today. I want to bring it home. Somewhere around a year old, you took your very first steps. Think about that moment, the concentration on your face, the wobble, the reaching for support, and then the triumph, the pure, uncomplicated joy of moving forward on your own 2 feet. Nobody taught you to love walking. Your body was born knowing it. And here's what I most want you to carry with you from today. Your body still knows. It has not forgotten. It is not broken. It is waiting for you to show up, one walk at a time, and give it the signal that you're still in this together. The human body, even at 70, 80, 90 years old, retains an extraordinary capacity to adapt, to strengthen, to improve. We are not machines that simply wear out. We are living systems, dynamic, responsive, remarkable. Every step you take with your gaze forward, your chest open, your stride confident and full, that step is a message to your brain. It says, I am here, I am strong, I am still moving forward, and your brain will answer back. With better balance, better clarity, better energy, better sleep, a stronger, more stable body, with more days in which you get to be exactly who you are, independent, capable, and fully alive. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to be 40 again. You just need to walk tall. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Share this episode with someone you love who might need to hear it. And if you found value here, please leave a review. It helps this show reach more people who need it. Until next time, stand up, look ahead, take a breath, and keep moving forward.